this hunger for glory, hunger for fast food. When I was growing up, there were a couple things that I loved more than anything else. The first was McDonald's. And McDonald's was special because we would only go there if something significant had happened. Like if we won a big game, or my parents were tired. And I never had a coming of age ceremony as a kid. So for me, when I was about 9 or 10, and my dad was about to order the usual Happy Meal for me, I put my hand on his hand and said, "No, Dad, today I want the Big Mac meal." I think that was the day that I became a man. And the second thing for me that I loved, I had a sports hero, but he was different than the sports heroes of my friends. My friends all loved like Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky. My hero was Gordon Bombay. And if you don't know who that is, he's the head coach of the fictional Mighty Ducks hockey team. A group of kids who were terrible at hockey and then somehow go on to win like the Intergalactic Championship. But I grew up and, I put childish things aside and I started teaching 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And, I was less like Gordon Bombay and more like Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. And so I'm teaching and I'm starting to lose these things that I loved when all of a sudden some of the girls in the 7th and 8th grade want to start a basketball team. And this is great, and I could not make this up. One of the girls who was super excited to start the team, her name was Destiny. And these kids had never played basketball before. I was like, this is great. This is the perfect Mighty Ducks situation. Not only that, but Destiny loved this thing. There was something, it was 2006 or 2007, around that era, and there was this thing that came out that Destiny loved called YouTube. And on YouTube, there was one of these first viral videos. I don't know if you remember it, but it was a McDonald's commercial, and it was these two guys rapping this song about chicken McNuggets. It went, "I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all. McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets." And she would always sing it, and she would always ask if we could go to McDonald's. And, thinking back to my youth, I was like, yeah, Destiny, we'll go and we'll get your nuggets as soon as we win a game. But this turned out to be a problem because we were bad. We were really, really bad. Like, we were so bad that other coaches stopped telling their kids to play defense. The referees, we couldn't dribble, so the referees just stopped calling violations on us. And whenever we got anything close to a shot, parents from the other team would rise up, start clapping and going insane because they just wanted us to score one basket. However, there was another team that was just as bad as us, and we met them one day, and we played a game, and it was super close and exciting. It looked like a rugby match, and it was super exciting. But we lost that game by 1 point. However, we went to the playoffs. And you might be thinking, how did we make the playoffs? Because in youth sports these days, everyone makes the playoffs. And it's a double elimination playoff system, so we got beat in our first game by the first place team. And now we're playing this other team again in what is technically a playoff game, but is really a battle for who's not the worst. So we play a pretty good game. We score, I think, the most points we've scored all season. And we're losing by 1 point at the end of the game. The score is 7-6. And I don't see us scoring again, so I'm just accepting the loss and worried that I'm never going to be able to satisfy Destiny's hunger for chicken McNuggets. But one of our girls gets fouled when she's shooting. And I don't think we've made a foul shot all year. But she makes the first shot. And now it's tied 7-7. And I'm thinking, like, I've never been in this situation before. I'm thinking, like, do I ask the other coach, like, do we just cut our losses and call it a tie and go home? So she gets up and she takes the second shot. And that day, we dined at McDonald's. I don't know if the girls would say that it was the day they became women, but I do know that I satisfied my hunger for one Gordon Bombay moment, that Destiny satisfied hers for Chicken McNuggets, and that it all tasted so good. Thank you.